The Marriott Hotel keeps an eye on the area around the Limmat since 1972. An island and a fortress at a time, it likes to please pretentious customers. The rooftop has one of the best 360-degree views in Zurich. The air handling system, the pipes and other technical infrastructure are the only ones that enjoy the full view. Except for Carlo, who cleans the windows every 2 months. It makes him happy to think that none of the rich customers get access to this view, but he does. The 3 main elevators are ready anytime to teleport the customer to the floor of their needs, keeping them occupied with a big TV screen. Being pretentious, the elevator do not allow you to travel unless you have an access card, otherwise you might have to take the stairs. The hotel rooms make sure to be anonymous. Except for the view, the low ceiling, the small size and the dark bathroom do not necessarily make you feel special. Anna is one of the queens, making you feel like there was nobody before in your room. She works for the Marriott Hotel since 2016 and likes the smell of fresh bedclothes and cleanser. The non-stop rotating entrance door seems to invite you to come in, or to remind you to get out. Unfortunately, they are too far away from the pedestrian area, so they mostly accompany the cars driving nearby. The 3 underground levels hide from the upper abundance and are the place where Anna and Carlo spend parts of their everyday work. This might be the place where 2 naive architecture students have chosen to leave an artifact that was supposed to change the way we look at the hotel, at architecture, and the world around us. The Atlas of Liberating Acts confused her at first as it started with cave paintings, but she got soon interested into their hand depictions, which she seemed to relate very much to. The same with the ideas of throwing chestnuts or building a blanket fort. She did them as a child as well, even though she grew up almost 2,000 kilometers away from Zurich. Suddenly, she felt like she has a connection to all the people around her that does not depend on her status or education. She started asking herself why she does not do such instinctive pure things anymore. Maybe because she's an adult. But the moment she saw the New Games movement from the 70s on the next page and the Dadaist art, she felt like there are ways of liberating yourself as an adult as well. You maybe just have to follow your unconsciousness and give up your preconceptions and knowledge from time to time. The wave of works in the index relate very much to Anna, even though she does not study architecture. She understands the instinct to draw automatically over floor plans, to do random collages of rooms and walls, and to draw intuitive watercolors and one-liners. The package of work seems like a try to liberate oneself from the burdens of the accumulated knowledge and to question the way we work and the way we see the hotel. Put in relation to the semester reading, the works don't seem so naive anymore. Gathered in a reflective mass, the works are grouped around 12 panels and themes to raise more questions than give answers, but which Anna enjoyed reflecting on from a hotel insider perspective. Exclusivity. Sarah Arment writes about being a stranger. Hilton Isles about a world where the grid does not fit. The hotel evokes no less feeling than that. The big boy Marriott lets you in if you've got the cash. If I cannot afford to pay for a room, can I still enjoy the view? Does an inclusive envelope make a building less exclusive? If a pipe looks different, is it still a pipe? Peer pressure stays in close contact to exclusivity. Beatrice Preciado writes in Testo Junkie about the society expectations of oneself. Can we escape the judgment of others and stop judging ourselves? Do you feel the hand of the peer pressure when you play? Can I be a flower if I'm supposed to be a shower? Being a climbing wall on the outside and a hotel on the inside is hard at times. Power. Pierre Charbonnet writes about the ideals of abundance and freedom, their relationship to power and ecology. The Marriott Hotel stays in the foreground of the power and abundance relations through its relation to capital. Can freedom be achieved by forsaking abundance? Am I freer if I can take a shower with a view? Is nature the price for our freedom? If Marriott looked like a lighthouse, would I feel different inside it? By already mentioning ecology, we can take a look at the United Nations 2030 Agenda, which writes about preservation, reduction, recycling, and reuse of waste to achieve sustainability. Can we broaden the term of reuse by unlearning the meaning of things? If a door gets to be a wall, is it still a door? How do we compensate the footprint of a building? Does farming my own sheep make me more sustainable? From Henry Thoreau, we can learn a different approach to sustainability through intelligence with nature. We can distance ourselves from nature too much that we struggle with sustainability today. Do we like to forget how nature is the source of so many of our joys? Would we design furniture differently if we were to respect the ground? Is the earth trickling your feet just trying to be grateful for respecting it? I like to take my shower in the garden. Labor interests Anna especially, as a cleaner, a woman, and a mother. Both Dolores Hayden and the United Nations Agenda write about the importance of rewarding the worker and recognizing her value. Would making labor visible change your view on things? If I had a basic income, would I still be paid for domestic work? Do I have to clean if my floor is covered with earth? What do we do with all the cleaning buckets after cleaning becomes no longer necessary? Traces have a direct relationship to this theme. Henry Thoreau writes about the tendency of humans to leave traces behind them. Is leaving traces the meaning we give to our lives? The big boy Marriott doesn't like human traces. Could traces appear in a hotel in a way that connects us? When seeing a footprint on the ground, I like to compare it with my foot size. Do the plants forgive us for bothering them out of the instinct of curiosity? Other themes like time, monstrosity, space, sexuality, and thresholds appear in the panels. To have a better look at them, you might have to browse through the atlas yourself. Anna does already dream of possible scenarios for other kind of hotel. She knows Carlo's love for the rooftop view and wonders whether the rooftop could get more public, so that more people like Carlo could enjoy it. It's true that the rooftop is covered with all kinds of pipes and technical infrastructure, but aren't they beautiful? Couldn't we imagine them as sculptures, maybe even as animals, living together with plants around? A fine grid could meander around to allow for minimal human footprint on the organisms. Where we find no circulation to come up, we just make a hole ourselves. You wouldn't have to pay for the best view in town compared to the hotel customers now. Would the price of the rooms then lose their value? We might just change the rooms as well. Anna does already imagine herself in a new hotel room covered with earth, where plants grow, feeling like a gardener, taking a shower with the view and sleeping under the sky-like ceiling, feeling kindly hugged by the space. She would have to clean much less, or maybe she has then to retain to a gardener to keep her job. She likes the idea of not having doors and the rooms interconnecting. If we had enough respect to each other, maybe we wouldn't have needed doors at all. But the space still has to react to that. When we need no doors anymore, they can retain to functions as walls. The same way Anna can retain to function as a gardener. Anna likes thinking about all the small possible scenarios coming out of the idea gathered in the panels. It feels very liberating, as many of them can be done without having to change the whole building or its function. She might start with using the old cleaning buckets as flower pots and leave the big changes to the people in charge. One thing is clear, she will start questioning more the things around and stop relying only on her knowledge, as our unconsciousness hides much more interesting things. She will leave the book where she found it. Maybe Carlo will find it. Would he feel the same liberating power when browsing it? We don't know. But he would for sure love the rooftop.